Hello dear traders, I'm Maria Staradop and this is the review of crypto analytics from fx.co. It's the 16th of August, today Wednesday, and in our today's review, Bitcoin remains in an ideal flat, but it may update a local low already this week. And why is the level $31,000 is of crucial importance to Bitcoin? And we'll start with an article by Paolo Greca. And first, let's discuss the situation with Bitcoin in general. And the article is named "Bitcoin remains in an ideal flat." That is really so. It has not changed in price over the past week, and for several months since reaching $31,000 level, we have been seeing a sideways movement. Initially, the flat was below $31,000 level, and now it's even lower by a couple of $1,000. And the price simply moved from one sideways channel to another, but the flat remains. And thus, the correction scenario of Bitcoin continues. Paulo recalls our attention to the thing that the $31,000 level is not just a level. First, it is the maximum from April 14th, which is also the maximum price value within the current bullish trend, if it's really one and not just a strong correction within a bearish trend. And second, the price only slightly broke through it, but couldn't settle above it during the last upward turn of the cryptocurrency. So once again, this very level is very much important. So Paolo continues to advocate for a correction scenario which assumes a decrease in Bitcoin to the Senko span B line on the 24-hour time frame, and then to the rising trend line. And it should be noted that overcoming the trend line in a flat is often false. So he believes that the current position of Bitcoin can even be considered as the maximum possible value, since it has already doubled in value this year, and on what basis there were almost no factors for it, and there are no factors ahead, in Paolo's opinion. And Bitcoin has a finite value, and even the current price far exceeds it, and he does not support the prediction that that Bitcoin may grow to $100,000 or to $250,000. Okay, and now let's get to the article by Artem Petrenko and discuss the fundamental background this week and short-term forecasts. So the current trading week is characterized by the absence of significant economic factors, so there is no need to expect strong impulsive price movements. Instead, Bitcoin will continue to move according to the local downtrend towards the 28,500 level. Thus, it will likely continue its downward movement to the area 27,500, 28,000, thereby updating the local low. Despite Bitcoin's sluggish price movements, investors are still actively accumulating coins for long-term storage, and according to Glassnode data, long-term investors hold no less than 75% of the entire Bitcoin's issuance, which is a high indicator pointing to the gradual end of accumulation and redistribution period. However, the accumulation of such volumes does not indicate the beginning of a long-term bullish trend. The fear and greed index has been at neutral levels for the past 2 weeks, but market sentiment analysis indicates the absence of bullish sentiment, and considering that Bitcoin is in the framework of a local downward movement and is constantly under pressure from the trend, there is every reason to believe that the asset will slowly slide to the area 28,000, 28,500. As of yesterday, August 15th, Bitcoin was moving near the 29,300 level with daily trading volumes around $12 billion, which is still very low level. The local support level at this stage is at 29,000 mark, but this threshold is not critical, and under selling pressure it will not take long to break through it. Therefore, the 28,500 28,700 zone can be considered the key level. As for bullish hopes, Bitcoin needs first to break through the 30,000 level, which is a mirror level since it's previously served as an important support zone. Its breakout occurred on the eve of the Fed's rate hike, and therefore a large layer of sell orders has formed behind it over the past few weeks, and breaking through these levels signifies the end of the local corrective movement and the return to impulsive price movement within the framework of a global uptrend. If we look at the chart on the daily time frame, there are no signals for a strong impulse. At the same time, all metrics are moving downward. So Bitcoin may inevitably retest 29,000 and then move to 28,500. Note that on the MACD indicator, a green zone is starting to form, indicating a growing number of buyers. At the same time, RSI and stochastic continue their downward movement, so there is no basis for expecting signals for significant price changes. Within the downward movement, Bitcoin has potential to update the local low for 2 months near the levels 27,500, 28,000, and we can expect a reversal in this zone when it breaks through the 29,000 level. At the same time, it's necessary to take into account the growing number of buyers, which can neutralize bearish pressure and provoke a gradual price recovery. So, what scenarios of price movements are possible? In a first scenario, Bitcoin will continue to decline to 28,500, 29,000 area in low volatility mode with trading volumes no more than $15 billion. Such a scenario is likely, especially this week, considering the absence of significant events. And in this case, intraday trading volumes, intraday trading, becomes relevant with minimal volatility and the achievement of local targets. However, the price will likely begin a more rapid downward movement with increasing selling pressure, selling volumes. Such a scenario would allow for a quick pass through 29,000 level and focus on 28,000, 28,500 levels. However, for this implementation, large volumes and an important news event are needed as a catalyst. And the third scenario, we should not rule out the possibility that bulls will implement a multi-month accumulation policy. Local MACD signals on the growing number of sellers indicate the likelihood of an impulsive price movement or consolidation above 30,000, 30,200. Such a scenario also requires significant news impact and large trading volumes. At this stage, a bullish breakout of 30,000 level can be considered the least likely scenario. So, making a conclusion, Artem says that Bitcoin continues its downward movement to 27,500, 28,000 at low volumes, slowing the price movement. In the absence of significant news events, it can be assumed that the asset price will continue to move downward and at the same time it's too early to talk about updating the local law, as there is an increase in bullish volume and passivity of sellers. Okay, let's have a look at the charts of Bitcoin for the moment. It's the 16th of August and Bitcoin opened today at the point 29,193, and now it is trading at 29,151. Well, so far neither of scenarios is implemented. It doesn't seem to decline significantly to below 29,000 level to 28,000 area. However, we do not see the movement towards 30,000, any bullish movement also. The price keeps its dull consolidation. However, we bear in mind those three scenarios Artem mentioned. Well, this is all for today. We will see each other in our next review tomorrow. Don't forget to write your comments and questions down below, and see you next time. Goodbye.